never hesitate to share my experience with bipolar disorder because I have just always felt that if there's someone within the sound of my voice who can feel a little less alone, then it's completely worth it for me to be candid and open about my experience. I guess you could say I first noticed that there was something not quite right with me in high school. I started to feel depressed for no reason. I would come in from school, go straight into my room, and just lay in the dark for hours, and my mom would say, "What's the matter with you? Get up, do something." And my response was always, I don't know what's wrong with me. And that was incredibly frustrating. As I got older, my symptoms got worse. I got more depressed. Once I got into my 20s and went off to college, I started having severe anxiety and panic attacks, and at the time, I didn't know really what it was. A few years ago, when I was experiencing the worst of the bipolar, I wrote an email out to my family because I felt completely misunderstood. I wanted them to have a little bit of a glimpse into what it was like to be me, and I wanted to share a little bit of that. Not that I could fully express what it is like to be me, but I would like to try. From the time my eyes open in the morning until I finally fall asleep at night, my mind does not rest. It races and races and races. I have to do this and this and this, and if it's not done before Sean gets home, well, I have failed as a wife and as a person. I wanted to finish the laundry, but I didn't, so I feel a physical reaction almost like someone is standing on my chest. I get angry at myself, I get sad, and am short with Sean. I get more angry at myself for being that way and for treating him that way because he hasn't done anything to deserve that. I want to be alone. When I'm alone, I can't hurt anybody. Nobody can see how I feel. I can't hear about anything stressful because if I do, I'll obsess over it and cry and get mad. If there are too many people, I will feel cramped and overwhelmed. If I can't have something done exactly how I do it, I feel stressed. Someone says something and I automatically think they mean something else. They clearly didn't. People hate me. My family thinks I'm a loser. So many irrational thoughts. I lie awake at night convinced that Sean is going to die and I will be left alone. I end up crying half the night. I can't remember what I was just thinking about. My mind goes completely blank. I love responsibility. I thrive on it and get a million things done and do them well. I hate responsibility. It makes me hate myself, and it makes me embarrassed when I don't follow through. And so I never want to commit to anything. I want something to do. I don't want to have to do anything. Nobody loves me. Everyone is better off without me. I should just run away. I wish I would die. I am too much of a coward to hurt myself. I am the worst wife. I am a horrible sister and daughter. My mind won't stop going. I'm happy, I'm sad, I'm happy, I'm sad. Everything is going great. I'm at Disneyland with my family, and yet I would rather be dead. Sean is crying because he is sad because I'm not doing well, but I feel numb. I feel nothing. Then I blame myself. I don't want to look at anyone. If you talk to me, I will scream. There is no reason to be sad, but I am sad. There is no reason to cry, but I cry. There is so much stress built up for no reason, and I can't get it out, so I tense up, and I get headaches, and I hurt, and I can't sleep. The stress can't be relieved, so that's when I scratch myself. Then I hate myself for doing it. Or Sean stops me and I get mad. I can't relieve the stress, and I have no control over anything, and so I throw up. It's like I'm standing outside my body watching myself. I'm not me. I couldn't sit in class. I couldn't finish my mission. I can't sit through church. I hate myself for that. I know God loves me. Then I am angry and I doubt. I can't sleep. All I can do is sleep. My body can't move. My body won't stop moving. All I want to do is sleep so I don't have to think about anything. So my mind will stop. So I take a couple of sleeping pills because I'm done. Oh, how easy it would be for someone like me to turn to drugs. I wouldn't have to feel. We can look at people and think, oh, that guy's a total loser and has alienated everyone. If I had no spiritual foundation and no familial support, I would be that guy. I can't work. I want to. I can't. I can one day, then I can't. I'm normal for a couple of weeks, a couple hours, then I'm back to feeling crazy. Those words, feeling crazy. Imagine you have 1,000 different thoughts flying around in your head at once, but it's physical too. Your brain almost feels like it's swelling. I love to paint. but then I want nothing to do with it. I paint 5 pictures, then I don't paint for 3 months. Trying to pretend that everything is okay. Sometimes I'm good at it, sometimes I can't fake it, so I don't want to talk to anyone. I get sick of talking about it and thinking about it and coming up with another solution because the medication isn't working good enough. What is good enough? I wake up in the morning and forget to eat. Soon it's 3 in the afternoon and I haven't eaten. Just eat, they say. Take care of yourself, you have to eat. Well, I forgot. Or more often, I don't care, or nothing sounds good. I can't take care of myself. How will I ever take care of a child? That is my eternal destiny and purpose. And how will I do it? I can't do it. I can't. I won't. I have no purpose. If you have never truly been depressed or truly suffered a real panic attack, there's really no way that you can completely understand what it's like. It's dark and it's horrible and you have no control over it. I felt like that for years. I had a terrible panic attack. I was laying in the closet on the ground wanting to die. Before that, I had been in a mental hospital, and the thing is people who knew me or know me would think, what? Erin in a mental institution? I'm a happy person, but that's how it was, and a lot of people didn't know. And I'd like to address the stigma that is attached to mental illness because no one talks about it, and in reality, a lot of people struggle with it. And I would say that everybody at least knows somebody who struggles with depression or anxiety or some sort of mental illness. I think something that's really hard about mental illness is that it's not something that you can physically see. I always felt like I would rather be in a body cast than be dealing with this, because then at least people would see, okay, she's in a body cast, so I need to help her. I need to be understanding to her. Oh, she's in a body cast, so she can't obviously drive herself to work. But with my mood disorder, it wasn't something that you could physically see. They just saw, me being unpleasant, or me sobbing on the floor uncontrollably for no reason. And my mom tried to understand for years why I was this way, and I tried to understand. In September of 2013, so a little over a year ago, my parents brought me over to their house, and they had heard about this natural supplement, this vitamin mineral supplement called EMPowerPlus Q96. And they felt that it was something that could maybe help me, and I had gone the medication route, and I had a medication that helped me for a little bit, but it eventually stopped working. And so they brought me over, and our friend Scott Malone was there, and Tony Stephan, the founder of the Q96, was on speakerphone. He talked to me about this vitamin mineral supplement that had helped a lot of people, thousands of people, for years before, who struggled with mental illness. And all of these medical studies had been performed on this product and had been shown to help people with mental illness. And so at this point I was kind of just like, whatever, I don't really care, you can put me on whatever, and but it's probably not gonna help me. And I think it's kind of like, oh, it's this all natural thing, it's not gonna do anything. And I really was a little pessimistic, but they put me on it, and I was weaned off of my medications, and my family are the ones that noticed first. My mom would describe it as my eyes changing. My eyes were no longer glazed over with no emotion, but I was actually coming over to family functions, and I was actually smiling and being more myself. And the first moment that I really noticed a difference was Sean, my husband, and I were walking into Home Depot, and he said something that made me laugh. And I laughed, and really laughed, and I felt joy, and I felt alive, and I had not felt that Towards the end of what I wrote my family several years ago, I said, "I do not understand all of this. I don't know why I am this way, but I do know that it won't be forever. Someday this will all be relieved. Someday I will reach that perfect day, we all will, when our earthly burdens are lifted. I can hope for that day, but I am trying to live in the now and take every moment I do have and use it to the best that I can. I'm doing what I can, one day at a time. Who knows, maybe my symptoms won't be as intense as I get older. I can't pretend to know what's going to happen. I have been given so many blessings that it would be tragic not to take advantage of all the good things in my life." At the time, I really legitimately thought that I was going to suffer with bipolar disorder for the rest of my life, and since starting on EMPowerPlus, I can handle things so much better, and every once in a while I can still feel that I'm still, have some bipolar symptoms, but they're nothing like they were before, and they're completely manageable. I felt that it was time to where I could be a mom. And exactly a year from starting EMPowerPlus, I gave birth to a beautiful baby girl, Winona Jolene. She is a light in my life. She's the greatest thing to ever happen to me, and it's because of this product, EMPowerPlus, that made it possible for me to have a healthy pregnancy, mentally and physically, and give birth to a healthy baby. And I am mentally capable of caring for a child, and that is the greatest blessing that EMPowerPlus has given to me. I've gotten my livelihood back, and if there's anyone out there who's watching this who struggles with depression or can't really handle stress or anxiety or anything like that, or if you're just looking to feel good, I encourage you to give this a shot. You have nothing to lose. It's all natural. It's good for you. I took it as my prenatal vitamin throughout my pregnancy, and I really hope that it can help you. And I also wanted to say that if there's anyone who's listening to this who has struggled, has experienced, or is experiencing something similar, I just want you to know that it is not your fault. I wish that someone would have told me that, because I blamed myself for years for being the way that I was, and I thought it was my fault. But it is not your fault. If your mind is not well, then you can't be yourself. I just hope that you can give this supplement a try, and that it can change your life like it changed my life. EMPowerPlus Q96 delivers a well-balanced blend of 36 vitamins, minerals, and amino acids to the brain in a safe and effective dose. Backed by years of scientific research, EMPowerPlus Q96 supports mood, stability, mental clarity, improved cognition, and overall brain health and function. It was like my brain was sick, and EMPowerPlus made it better.